Hello everybody, Mr. Max Diamond. How y'all doing? As you probably saw at the title, this is why I chose the Victory over a Harley. So before we get into all that, let me give you a little bit of a backstory. Um, Polaris owned Victory. I don't know exactly when they started making them, but Polaris decided to buy the Victory. I mean, not the Victory, but the Indian name. So for a few years, Victory and Indian were being built by Polaris. Everything was fine, but Polaris decided to scrap the Victory and stay sticking with the Indian. And so they wanted to concentrate more on Indian bikes and building them. And so 2017 was the last year, to my knowledge, that Victory was stopped being built. So let's go ahead and get into it. So one of the reasons I went with a Victory, because one, they look a lot more sexier. They look more prettier. They had that more better finage, I guess you could say, more attitude than a Harley. Number two, even though it's still a V twin, I think it's liquid cooled, air cooled, liquid. I think it's a liquid cooled. There's not as much vibration as like a Harley is. The Harley's got so much vibration sitting still. Sometimes the bolts can loosen up and stuff falls apart, it rusts, all that. So with that being said, with this bike, there's not as much vibration in the bike. Makes it more for a smoother ride. So what was the other thing I was going to say? Oh, they with the Victory's saddlebags, they actually have a little bit more storage compared to a Harley, because a Harley's saddlebags are more narrow. So that was another thing, that these have more carrying capacity. They're 25 pounds per side saddlebag. I'm trying to think. Oh, and the thing was with Victory is that when they stopped making them in 2017, they said that they were going to make parts for it for the next 10 years. And then after that, they're going to be hard to find. So, that was another thing that, it's bad, but in the same way it's good. So, so I mean, trying to stock up on parts, make sure I have parts that's going to last me for a while. You know, I mean, even then, it's still hard to find people to work on them, and certain parts are hard to find. But as far as, you know, you can still find parts. Trying to find them, trying to stockpile them. But I think another reason is the fact that everybody automatically goes to Harley, because the fact that, yes, they have more shops, more availability, but they're buying the name, premium price. That was another thing. That's what I remember, is that this bike I bought used cost way less than a new Harley. I bought this bike from a first owner, had 3,400 miles on it, and at 14.5 is still so much cheaper than buying a brand new Harley, which right now they're like $30,000 on most of their bikes. But you can find used ones pretty cheap. So that was another reason, is the fact that I got this bike straight up cheaper than a Harley. I think when these first came out, they were at like 18.9. So still, even brand new, they were still running cheaper than a Harley at the time. I think Harleys at the time were roughly around about the same price, maybe slightly more. Um, but yeah, I'll just give you a little walk around. It's not much. This is just a plain white color. Um, but I just wanted to give you my thoughts and opinions. I'm not down in Harley whatsoever. If people want to get Harley, all power to you. But like I said, I prefer a Victory due to the fact of the looks and the way it rides and just everything about it. I mean, I just love a Victory. I mean, and I sat on a Victory, test rode a Victory before, and had no problems with them. I wish I had bought one brand new back in the day, but didn't have the money. But yeah, great bike. I love the bike. Leaning on it and everything. The only thing I don't like is the fact it's kind of forward controls, which kind of suck. But in the same way, it's good because you get that more of a lean on the sides, you know, when you're getting into the twisties. But yeah, this bike's got pretty much, I think LED lights on all the way around it. LED tail lights, LED headlights, turn signals. It's got Bluetooth radio, so I can connect my phone. I can hook up to my helmet, and I can play through speakers. It's got radio, AM, FM radio, cruise control. Yeah, and it deflects the bugs really well. I have no problem with the wind and everything, but I know when I get home from a ride, my whole front fairing's covered in bug guts and everything like that. But yeah, I mean, it's a totally different bike, different style bike, and it's just it's a great bike. And I have no problems with it. And like I said, I mean, I've added some things to it. I've added some highway pegs on there. The antenna, the stocked ones goes about a foot higher than what the one it is now. So I bought a bunch of different antennas to find out which one I wanted. And I think the one I went with was like, I think a 21 inch, and the stock one that was on the bike was a 31 inch. So it's a little bit higher. I wanted to shorten it so I didn't have to worry about when I threw my leg over or whatever that I wasn't hitting the antenna. But I still wanted enough to where it was able to get signal. So it kind of gives it that little more of a profile look. That backrest, I don't know if that was stock or not, but it came with the bike. But yeah, I haven't really done much more to it. It already had the battery tender already connected and hooked up to it, so that was a plus. But yeah, I just wanted to give my thoughts and things about why I chose the Victory over the Harley. And I didn't want to be like everybody else. And like I said, everybody's got their own reason why they got a Harley. But like I said, the only reason why I don't go with it because they're, well, let's see. One, Harleys are overpriced. Two, everybody just assumes that it's a good bike and automatically without doing their research and other things. But yeah, there you go. There you have it. My thoughts and opinions on why I chose the Victory over a Harley. Hope you like this video. Hit the like button if you like it. If you're not a Forever Like fan, hit that Forever Like button. It'd be greatly appreciated. Let you know that I'm, uploaded another video. Ride safe, be safe. Peace.